Tony. And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming,
And that's you.
Hello gamers and welcome back to the inn. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name. And today we're going to be knocking out some Aggro Shaman 2.0. This deck list hasn't changed that much, so if you watch the first Aggro Shaman and you don't have the time to watch this one, then don't really worry about it. The deck list isn't cool. It's not that different, along with the decks. The playstyle of the deck isn't different at all, but there has been a few changes within the deck that I think work a little bit better, better with this current meta that we're in. There's a lot more Sledge Belchers. There are actually Sledge Belchers being played in Secret Paladin. I have no idea who released the deck guide with Sledge Belchers and Secret Paladins. I don't know. Maybe his name's Warshack or something. I don't know. But there's been a lot of that going on. So that means we've got to change our aggro decks to accommodate itself to be able to deal with such Belchers in Secret Paladin and whatnot. So we've added this card right here, which says, "Fuck your Belcher. I don't care if you played it with taunt or not. I'm going to do what I want anyway." So I think we are going to double leper here. I don't see... Well, no, because... So, what's going on? Okay, never mind. So we double leper. He passives, kills one. We totem golem the following turn. He kills our other leper. We swing with golem. We play one leper, he kills it. We totem golem. He doesn't kill it, we leper, he kills it. So I think it's double leper. If this doesn't tell him that we are aggro, I don't know what would. Double leper turn one. So he has to use weapon here and kill one. And he's going to take 4, and then this other one's going to put in 2, and then he's going to kill that, so it's actually going to do 6. So in combined, these 2 leper gnomes are going to deal 10 damage. Which I don't know to you, but that's kind of a lot of damage. Kind of a big deal. And then next turn, if we don't draw a creature, we're just going to knowledge to draw creatures. Then I suppose a Lava Shock will be nice, but we'll see what we can do. Like, drawing into Doomhammer in this deck is so important. So as long as it hovers around turn 4 and we can get it, it's fantastic. So there's the 10 damage that I said the 2 Leper Gnomes will do, because he got 20, he started at 30. Rogues, as we know, start off a bit slow, so we're going to Ancestral Knowledge this. I know next turn we're going to be Fizzle Banged out. Oh, never mind. We drew into Lava Shock, which means we Lava Shock next turn. We open up 2 more mana. We can Ancestral Knowledge and or Murgleton. Ooh, actually, we're going to hit this for 2, and then we can actually just silence it. Because we know rogues don't really play a ton of silences. I mean taunts, that is. We're going to Murgleton. Ideally, we're looking for like a Hunter or a Fudgeltons. Oh, Druid it is. So, like, the list pick you go on is, like, Hunter's number 1 for sure. Then it's between, like, mostly Warlock is pretty good. And then Druid after that. Because the Druid, when you passive with the Druid, I talked about this in our last one, it goes with the Doomhammer. So Doomhammer actually has 3 attack instead of its, how you'll say it, mate, too. There's Doomhammer. What a fucking draw, guys. You can't even pour Rogue. Like, off the top, Doomhammer on turn 5. Like, ugh, it's disgusting. How did I become such a valued player? I'm playing aggro. I'm disgusting. I'm playing cancer right now. I know. I'm sorry. Oh, there's one. Another one bites the dust. Okay, so we got a 2 more. Oh, for those of you who don't know about our deck guides, we play 3 ranked games in a row. We win all 3. We talk about the deck, even though there's really not that much to talk about considering half of it's autopilot. But I'll see. We'll talk about what needs to be talked about, and we'll talk about like airplane food for the rest of the time. So, oh wow, Coffee Addict. That's pretty funny. I didn't even notice that was one of the roles. Alright, so this deck does fairly well against Freeze Mage. It does fairly bad against Tempo Mage. I think I'm going to keep a Lightning Bolt just for Sorcerer's Apprentice and Mana Worm. Not that we normally want to use... Ooh! Unfortunately, we don't have Coin, because it's like Tunnel Trog turn 1, Spirits on turn 2. Broken. Broken, guys. Broken. So from here, him coining into a Sorceress is the best play for us. Him playing Mana Worm is alright. Ideally, we don't want a Lightning Bolt here, so he doesn't play anything would be like the best, but he's going to coin and play something. So Sorcerer's Apprentice, again, not bad for us. Wow. So he is playing Tempo Mage, without a doubt. Doomhammer's not that great here. We're playing this next turn, so we'll just Leper Gnome, and in this circumstance, he's most likely just going to passive, and then that gives us the ability to play the spirits next turn. Oh, never mind, he has Arcane Missiles. What a god. Ugh. Oh my god, I was about to just say we win this game right here and there. Whew! Alright, so now if we play the spirits, we're overloaded by 2 the following turn. The spirits kill this, but if we passive lightning bolt, we have to spirits. It would have been so good if the missile did not hit the gnome. Like, so good. Like, this game's gonna be so hard to win now. We haven't put much damage in. The Doomhammer's good because we have that on 5. What a curve. Please don't have another spell. A secret. So that's going to be probably a mirror entity and or a counterspell. So we're going to see if it's a counterspell. Ooh, that's pretty good. I guess we would want to choose to silence it first. Okay. And since we know they don't really have any buffs in their deck, we'll just swing for face. So it's going to be a mirror entity. But that's okay, because we don't really plan to play any creatures soon. And if we do, most of the creatures in this deck are fairly low. That's an ouchie boo-boos. That's another ouchie boo-boos. That's pretty bad for us. Alright, so Doomhammer, swing this into that. Doomhammer hits 1 face. What do we do here? Do we go into the Flame Waker? I think we do. Okay, he's just gonna ping that for 1 anyway, so it particularly doesn't really matter where we go right here. And this gives it 5, so I guess next turn we'll Rock Biter, swing 1, swing 1. That seems alright. Or maybe we can roll a mana, or roll a spell, and then we'll just Lightning Bolt it down, and we won't even have to use a weapon charge. Oh man, so both those miss, which is good. That's pretty good for him. So we're actually going to Lightning Bolt this 6/3, and we can actually swing once into this. That actually works really nice. Okay, so Lightning Bolting that. I guess we should have drawn 2, then Lava Shock, then Lightning Bolted. So I guess we can... Yeah, it's best to just use this right now. Play Leper. Oh yeah, he copies it. Fizzlebang. Forgot about that. Rip. I guess we should have saved it for next turn, but then if we attack it, we take 4 anyway. We could have Lava Shocked it down. That's not really too important, but now we have to deal with it. Now we actually have to attack it, or use something to kill it. You can't use his passive anymore. Are you kidding me? Come on. Leper Gnome down. Leper Gnome down. So, passive. This works alright. Not really what we needed, but works nonetheless. And we'll push lethal next turn. I just wanted to make sure that Leper Gnome was dead, because that's kind of annoying. The Azure Drake's not too annoying, because he's going to spend most of the time with his bigger creatures clearing out our small creatures. Like in this circumstance, he's probably just going to use his passive kill, get the Divine Shield off the 2/1 Azure Drake into the 2/1. But then we just Rock Biter weapon, then Crackle face. And Crackle has to at least hit 3, but I have faith it will. And then our 1/1 will still be alive, and that's where the 1 damage will come in. So it actually only has to deal 3 damage. So he did exactly what we thought he would, and this pretty much set us up for lethal exactly like we thought it would. Okay. So, there's not what I was expecting to come out of the totem. I was hoping spell power, but again, it doesn't matter in our situation, because Crackle, even if it does hit 3, which it will, 100%, we were able to kill him. Ooh, 5. Okay, I was wrong. Sweet. Okay, so we need one more to finish off this 2.0 Cancer Shaman deck. Ideally, we can win this one. Make this deck guide a little bit shorter than the rest. Normally, it takes me quite a while to win 3 in a row and just keep repeating on. It doesn't take a while, but you know, like, you get like 2 wins in a row and then you lose it, and then I have to completely like trash everything we've talked about and restart from 1 win, which can be kind of annoying if you need to study for a test, which I kind of need to do, but I'd much rather play Hearthstone. Alright, so opening hand, we go second, which is really, really nice. Totem Golem, sweet. Okay, so Lava Burst is not something we need, so this is kind of hard. So, Horse Rider, I don't know. So, Totem Golem on 1 seems pretty good, and then we have 1 mana left, and then we have 3 left, and I think a Spirit's better than a Horse Rider. So I think this is fun. Keep these 2. Tunnel Trog is ideal. No Tunnel Trog. Wow, Sir Finley almost makes me want to like blow out the curve and like coin onto something else. Nah, because we can Sir Finley next turn. And then the following turn, Spirits. So if we don't draw into a Tunnel Trog, we Finley. And if we draw into Tunnel Trog, then obviously we Tunnel Trog and then overload it. So from here, do we Earth Shock? I think we do. Earth Shock slows him down quite a bit. So he swings Mad Scientist into Mana Worm. Please don't have a Frostbolt. Flame Cannon, what a god. Why is everybody playing Flame Cannon? Is it because of Totem Golem? Is it because of the Totem of the Golem? So we play these 2, then we can play that 1 next turn. Or we play these 2. I think playing this is better right now. Hunter is good. So he's going to have to swing his Mana Worm into Totem Golem, and then our first Sir Finley can kill his 2-1 if he doesn't want to sacrifice that. Oh, God, a Sorcerer's Apprentice. Arcane Missiles. Don't hit it. Don't, stop. Okay, this, okay. Oh, my God. This guy's god hand right now. At least we can Lightning Bolt down the worm. Seems fine. He's wasting a lot of his cards, and then we can just keep dealing the 2 damage. So as long as he doesn't draw into like a perfect curve like an Azure Drake right here, into like a Dr. Boom, I think we're alright. Feels good, guys. Feels pretty good. This sucks. Because if we just want to draw into our Doomhammer. That Azure Drake made a huge difference. Because that not only goes 1 for 1, it gives everything else plus 1 spell power. And we're already low, so now he just has to swing his Sorcerer's Apprentice into our Shredder. Kill whatever comes out of that with the Mad Scientist. He still has a 4/4 and 6 mana to develop whatever he wants. What are you wondering? Unstable Portal for 1 mana. Give yourself a free taunt. Doomsayer, Doomsayer, Doomsayer. Nope, it can be pinged off. Oh man, an Ice Rager. There you go. Whirling Zap-O-Matic. What do we do? I think we crackle the Drake. Or we use Whirling Zip. But then alright, so we Whirling Zip, he swings this into this, that into that, and this into that. If we crackle this, it's like wasting a spell. Whirling Zip-O-Matic stays alive. If we this, then we take too much damage. I think Whirling Zip-O-Matic's our best bet. Oh, that Flame Cannon, Frostbolt, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Arcane Missiles. It got us, guys. It got us. Archmage. There you go. Alright. Here's the 25 damage in 1 turn combo. That doesn't exist. I believe we lose. Yes, sir. Alright, so I'm going to try to win. I'm going to try to play another one. And if we win that one, that's going to be our 3. Because I don't really feel like starting over again. I got too much to do today, guys. So we're going to play 4 games and we're going to win 3. How about that? I can't do anything when people get god hands, as we could see. I mean, our hand was good too, but like, what is these tempo mages are getting retarded hands. Okay. So I'm going to do that till he got a really good hand and just completely swarmed us. Alright. This is the one exception. I don't think I've ever done this before. So I'm bending the rules a little bit here. I think we keep the Whirling Zip-O-Matic. I think we get rid of these other 2. There's not... I guess we could have kept the Rockbiter for the Whirling. I guess that would have been a little bit smarter. We're making bad plays now. I was totally thinking this wouldn't be Zoo, but then I'm looking at his name, and I'm looking at his hand, and I see Next Ram his card back, and I just think Zoo. So if he has a Flame Imp here, the Rockbiter was the right choice to keep. If he has nothing here, alright. So we're alright. So ideally this can live long enough for us to Spirits. And then after that is the perfect curve into just kidding, not a overload 2, so we only have 2 mana, so it's probably just going to be a passive from there. Or we can just Lava Shock, unload 2 more, and then passive. That sounds pretty good. Or we can Crackle. Passive. Hit your passive button. Click that. Let this Whirling Zap-O-Matic live 1 turn. Coin into 3-drop. Imp Gang Boss. Demon Wrath. What a card. He must be desperate. Alright, so do we have Doomhammer on 5? We cannot play Piloted Shredder on 4 because of the Spirits, but we can Lava Shock, which we will. We'll Lava Shock this and passive. He's 3 mana, so whatever he plays here, hopefully he just grabs like a spell or something. A Voidwalker would be kind of annoying, but it's still, yeah, I'd rather not Voidwalker. Hopefully it's something like Blood Corsair, like just stuff that's not useful right now. Murloc Raider. Okay. Get rid of that. We'll throw down the passive. We'll see what we get. Taunt Totem's alright, so now we're just gonna go face. So he's playing what seems to be Reno Warlock, so as long as we can kill him before Reno comes out, all okay. He hasn't been able to really use his passive because he's been dealing with our field. So ideally, before he draws into like 18 cards in his deck, we'll be able to deal the good damage. Alright, so here's when we pump out the big damages. And then so we're pushing 4, 6, 8. Shredder next turn. Seems alright. We need to draw into Rockbiter or more spells, because if he plays taunts, we have no way to get around him. So we have to draw Earthshock, spells, and or Rockbiter. Well, those are the 3 cards we're looking for at this point in time. Hellfire we're weak to as well. Mortal Coiling. I suppose I was thinking about killing off the Murloc, but then I just didn't. And now I probably should have. So a route of action some people might play here is like Totem. Oh, fuck. Alright. Alright, so we can attempt to roll high. It's good enough for me. Totem Golem's pretty good. He wasted his Argus, so he has what left in the deck? Belcher, Sun Fury, and I think that's it for the taunts they roll. Next turn, Shredder, Murgleton, swing 4 more, and then we'll save our weapon for a Rockbiter, because we don't want to just use the rest of it. So he's going to make a trade into Golem. His Shredder, so we're just going to pretty much balance that out with our Shredder. Oh god, I meant to click Murgleton. Rip. So we're going to actually kill off that and swing for 2 more. I guess this is not too bad, because next turn when we play these two, we can technically use the passive we get from Murkleton, so we might play Murkleton first. This pumps out a little bit more damage, and it's also a 2-1 instead of a 1-3, so it actually does a little bit more. So if we draw into Rockbiter, almost has him at lethal. Actually, it does if the Leper Gnome dies, but if he Renos, then that's a problem. At any point, he could Reno, and we're just done. And then we remake this, and then we start from 1 again. But I have faith that he has not drawn Reno yet. He'll draw Reno at 15 cards in the deck. That is, oh god, he's looking for it. He's looking for it. He is looking for it. So what is this, 6? Oh, so this needs to have, that is not the amount of, that is not good. Alright, so we'll shapeshift. This will actually do 6. And I wish that he didn't stop us, because we would have won right here with the lightning bolt for 3. But if he Renos here, then we were meant to lose. If he Renos, we were meant to lose. Our Bronzebeard heal bot. Our brand Bronzebeard. Oh, Twisting Nether. It's always an option. Shadow Flame. 4 mana, no heal. Ooh, baby. We won't BM. Alrighty, this is a very unorthodox deck guide, because as we mentioned before, I haven't really lost the 1 and then gone back and tried to reattempt to grab the 1. But because I feel like it, we're going to do it this time. Hopefully you guys don't mind that much. It's just with school and everything. I know I mentioned this a lot, and for those of you who are in school, you understand. For those of you who aren't in school, you're just being lazy. No, I'm really not. I'm just trying to make this time efficient. And that one game, come on, guys. There's no way to beat a tempo mage who does that. So I'll actually go into the deck list here. We'll talk about the deck a little bit, even though I know we've talked about the deck before, and it's really not that different from what we've experienced in the past. So we're running the 1 Earth Shock, and this is because of the Sludge Belchers that we've been seeing. It also does really well against Tempo Mage if they play Mad Scientist, because it denies them that. And especially if you have the Spell Power Totem out, it actually kills Mad Scientist. So there's that. The Lightning Bolt, this is not going to explain, like the Lightning Bolt, the Crackle, the Lava Shocks, and the Lava Burst are all like your direct damage spells. So when your creatures can't do it, your spells can. So most of your damage is going to be coming from your Doom Hammer, your Whirling Zip-O-Matics, your stuff like that. But when you can't seem to get past those taunts that they played because you can't seem to draw Earth Shock, that's where you just like double Lightning Bolt, or you Crackle Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst for just an insane amount of damage. The Rockbiter weapon is something you normally want to use only on your Whirling Zip-O-Matic and or Doom Hammer. So use it on Doom Hammer. Doom Hammer pumps out 10 damage. You use it on Whirling Zip-O-Matic. Whirling Zip-O-Matic pumps out 12 damage. And that's just because the Whirling has 1 more attack than the Doom Hammer. So just keep in mind, you want to kind of save the Rockbiter for that big burst of damage. But if you have to use the Rockbiter on, let's say, like a Sorcerer's Apprentice or like a Mana Worm against a Mage, you just got to do it. Leper Gnome to get some early game again. These are definitely 1-drops you're looking to draw. Tunnel Trog is something we didn't draw really at all, but this is the one of the best cards, and you're gonna not one of the best cards, but he's a card that your opponent's going to have to deal with right away, and if not, it will just do so much damage, because almost every card in this deck has some sort of overload mechanic to it, whether it be Totem Golem, Crackle, Spirits, so keep that in mind. Always you want to mulligan for Tunnel Trog, but if you get the Leper, it's okay. But if you're going against like a Mage, Druid, or a Rogue, Leper's not that great because they can just kill it on turn 2. So just be careful about that. The Lava Shock is something, or we'll actually skip some cards. Ancestral Knowledge is your refresh. So this is your Arcane Intellect, but instead of it costing 3, it costs 2, but it overloads 2. So it actually costs 1 more than a Arcane Intellect, but you can kind of play it a turn earlier, and the effect of it lasts for, like, you pay 1 less, but you pay, I don't even want to explain it like that. That's retarded. Anyway, it's your Arcane Intellect, so you don't run out of steam. Crackle, we've been over that. Lava Shock. This is a card, you don't really have to run it. I didn't run it at first, and then I was like, you know what? It does 2 damage to, it can do it to a creature, or it can do it to face, which I think it's kind of cool. And then after you play like Doomhammer, stuff like that, it's just, being able to unload your mana crystals, like your opponent plays around your mana crystal, so it's like, oh, he'll have enough for this next turn or that. And if you throw this in the deck, your opponent then loses the ability to see what you can and can't play the next turn because of Lava Shock, and along with the fact that it can go face and or kill a creature. Totem Golem, so the ideal startup is like Tunnel Trog into Totem Golem into Coin Spirits. That's like the best start you can have with this deck. So there's that. The Whirling Zip-O-Matic, not even going to explain this little guy. They don't kill him, he just fucks their life up. Spirits, this is your pretty much protect your Tunnel Trog, Totem Golem, and Whirling Zip-O-Matic card. The 2/2/3s really does well against other aggro decks because they're not only forced to attack these, but if these were 3/2s, it probably wouldn't even be played, but because they're 2/3s, it just makes a lot of value trades, and they're really hard to kill this early on in the game, especially that there's 2 of them. Lava Burst is the spell, we've been over that. The Horse Rider is kind of interesting. This isn't normally what I played in the beginning Aggro Shaman deck, but he's kind of grown on me just for the fact that he has a Divine Shield. The charge helps too, but the Divine Shield makes him so difficult for the opponent to get rid of, because if, let's say they're a mage, they have to waste 4 mana trying to kill him, and if they're any other class, they're going to have to attack him, which makes it really nice. And not only when they attack him, he lives the following turn, or lives because of the Divine Shield. So it's just a pretty annoying card, and for the most part, he'll always be able to do at least 4 damage, if not more. And if you're looking to like make a value trade with him into a creature, he lives anyway, and he can charge into it. So it's just like a really difficult card for your opponent to judge, and it makes it pretty difficult for them to kill him as well. Piloted Treader is a sticky card. This is kind of a little bit different because most of the Aggro Shaman decks do not run Piloted Treader. They'll run like 2 Wolf Riders instead. But I found like being able, like let's say you don't draw into your better Overload cards early on, being able to throw out the Shredder on turn 4 is really powerful on its own, and it's really sticky. And the Whirling Zip-O-Matic can come out of Shredder, so that actually helps a lot. Not that it'll happen all the time, but it's still a possibility. And then the Doomhammer is not really going to explain these guys. They're just broken. They do so much damage. If you double Rock Bat or a Doomhammer, you can put up to 16 damage in 1 turn, which is that's how your opponent has a bad day. So with all of this said, hopefully you've enjoyed the deck guide, guys. The 1 loss, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you don't mind too much, but that it is what it is. So with all of this said, of course, I'm Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.